This is never good. One guy walking two bikes. That means someone's not riding their bike, which means someone's fallen off. And here's Slow Steve walking out of the forest, looking rather sad and dejected, holding his arm funny. I guess we need to go back to the start and try and find out what's happened this time. Now, the plan for the day was to travel from Whistler to Squamish on the Shred shuttle. If you haven't been watching our videos so far, we're a group of 7 guys from New Zealand, call ourselves Dad's Army, and we're on a 2-week riding holiday in Whistler. Now, the plan for today was to travel from Whistler to Squamish and then transfer to another vehicle and do shuttles in Squamish. Now, if you do a quick tally up, I said there were 7, but actually there's only 6. And that's because Graham went and did this. He went over the bars, landed on a rock, and sustained a pretty nasty fracture to his wrist. He ended up travelling back to New Zealand early and has had orthopaedic surgery, and luckily he's had that repaired. He is doing well now, but it did give us all quite a scare. Anyway, back to current time. We're now in Squamish. We've loaded our bikes onto a new vehicle with quite a lot of other riders, and the plan is to do 3 runs during the day. Alright, first run in the morning, starting with Meadows of the Grizzly. Don't know whether that means we see any grizzlies or not. I think we're all a bit gun shy after Graham's accident, so we're probably going to take the easy trails, but that may give you guys a chance to see what sort of things you could ride here that aren't too difficult. Man, they put a lot of work into these tracks here. Squamish is becoming a very popular area to ride. All sorts of trails you can ride here. No chairlifts, but there are quite a few shuttle companies. Comes Zach, followed by handsome Steve. Yep.
Thank you.
Alright, finally convinced someone to go in front of me, so we can just bully Zach to go faster. Although Zach likes to go fast, so that's not really a problem. Oh, I told you he's got the moves. Alright, we've come out into the open. Oh, amazing view, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, I'm just looking at the track directly in front of me. Just dry out here, eh? Needs a bit of rain, which I think next week's looking like rain. Alright, this is Half Nelson, one of the sort of iconic trails in Squamish. Woo-hoo! Didn't know that was going to drop away. Oh. Hey! Everyone loves a bit of air. Nice. This is the surface I like. It's not so dry. Oh, Craig, you're just showing off now. Oh, this is a beautiful surface. Just got that bit of moisture in the ground. Suddenly you've got some grip in the corners. Woo! Oh, bottomed out there. Mistimed it. Whoa!
like most trails, I think if you did 2 or 3 runs of this, you'd get quite good at it. Which way do they go? Down here comes Zach. Gonna run him over. Whoa. Alright, we did half Nelson, did some more climbing, and believe it or not, and now we're into Pseudo Tsuga, which is just a blue flow trail, hopefully back in time for the shuttle. We thought 2 hours was like, wondering what we're going to do with all that time, and we're now late to get back, so... decided that I can live without the elbow pads, as it's not because it wouldn't hurt if I fell, but it's too hot. And we've already forgotten about Graham's accident, so cheers, mate. Go on then. Now in my first video I may have mentioned about checking your nuts because they shake loose. I think I need to tighten that up a bit. Alright, well that's shuttle run number 1 down. We've got 2 more to go. We thought 2 hours would take us ages, but actually we only just got back here in time. But anyway, hopefully we'll do a quicker one down without any climbing on the second run. Alright, we've had run 1, run 2. This is Power Smart, which is a black. Pretty steep in that direction. It's a pretty tight turn. Oh, this looks cool. I'm not sure if all the guys are loving my choice. Take the high line, eh? Here we go, that works. Got it. Yeah, that's probably a better line even still.
Nice, well done.
Yeah. And then come down here is probably the best line.
Which one?
This one here.
Yep, you can roll all that all the way down.
This one here, that's it, you got it.
Beautiful, man.
Woohoo!
Lovely.
Alright, for a single black, this is actually reasonably zesty. There are double blacks here and they are super steep. I think this is one of these ones where you take a B line, which is harder than taking the A line. It's a bit chunky.
Good size.
This is quite techy, eh?
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a mutiny after this. This was considerably harder than I thought it might have been actually. It's a bit techy. Cool as a cucumber. You can roll it, Steve. You roll this one too. Well done, man. Here comes Jamie. We call him over the bars, Jamie. So how are you thinking about Craig's choice of that track there?
Well, Craig, I've got this to say to you. No, it was okay. It's a little bit too close together. There's too many choices to make too quickly with too many consequences.
But you're this far.
Above my pay grade.
Fair enough. Alright, so this trail actually turned out to be significantly harder than we planned. Most of the guys are having to do a reasonable amount of walking and are not talking to me anymore. But I think from this we go back to some blue flow trails, don't stall. Jamie of course doesn't care because he just likes to send it. Whoa. You know, some people are really good to follow their lines. You're not one of those people.
After the black run, we did a few blue runs. We did Fred, Tinder, your mum, and Pseudo Tsuga. And then Zach and Steve decided to sit the last one out, and the rest of us went up for one just cruisy last run. Alright, so we decided to do one last run down, and we decided to do Meadow with the Grizzly again, as it's a nice cruisy blue run and you can't really get up to too much mischief on that. This is from Slow Steve's perspective. He's not actually that slow as old Slow Steve. The reason we call him Slow Steve is at his 50th birthday party, his father actually said he was slow, and what he meant was he was slow getting married and having kids. But we jumped on it and called him Slow Steve ever since, and of course he hates it. What happens next is a real shame, because Steve was riding really well on this holiday, but like most things, a bit of overconfidence. I'm not sure what happened, but down he went.
Oh. 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 Shit. Yeah, hope so. Came my shoulder a bit.
Steve, why are you walking?
Correction.
Why are you walking, Steve?
I love walking. I'm thinking I'm going to do a forest walk.
Did you have a little off there, Steve?
Truth is, yeah, a little bit of an off. I feel like I've got a little bit of a lump up here in the
Collarbone?
Yeah, not feeling good at all on that part of the body.
All right.
So it's a walk back.
Dad's arm is getting a bit smaller by the minute. All right, let's work our way out of here.
Down to 5.
Here's poor old Steve walking his way up the forest. We soon realised we had a bit of a dilemma on our hands. We were a long way up the hill and still had to get all the way back to Squamish to catch a bus to get back to Whistler. Luckily Steve after a while managed to get on the bike and ride with one hand, but we were never going to make it all the way back to Squamish in time. Luckily this lovely lady offered to give him a lift back, which was very kind of her, and it was great because we did just catch the bus with no time to spare, straight to the medical centre, where an x-ray was taken. Ouch, nasty broken collarbone there. Luckily no surgery required, just a sling and some rest on the couch and a few paracetamol. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. There's still 5 of us riding, and we'll see you on the next one.